really hurt for our guys. They really laid it on the line. We didn't always play great today. Made too many critical mistakes and against a good football team. But I love the fight and the grit of the team. Gave ourselves a chance to win there at the end. And but as we saw, again, the errors that we made, the timeliness of the errors, again, we just couldn't overcome. Didn't get into a rhythm on offense in the second half. And again, proud of how the defense responded after not playing well early, and really responded. I think 3 drives in a row. Had it forced a turnover on downs, 2 3-and-outs, 3 straight drives of turnover on downs, interception, and then the one that was really critical and costly was that 97-yard drive there on 3rd down. Got the interference, and again, I told the official I thought the receiver pushed off and got another penalty there. Can't happen. Come right back out and fumble the ball on the next possession. And defense did a great job again responding and holding them, and held them to a field goal there and gave ourselves a chance to win there at the end. Zach had knocked one through, which was great. Missed one earlier, and again, just all the mistakes or the turnovers in particular. 10 points scored off the turnovers there was the difference, in the game. But love the fight of our players. I know a lot of people will, write this team off, and I believe in our guys. I believe we can win them all out, and but we can lose them too. There's not a gimme on there, and we don't have much of a margin for error. I think that goes without saying right now, and we got to play cleaner, obviously, and particularly again in the turnover department. Thought our guys defended the running back. I think he'd been averaging over 200 yards a game in Big 12 play, and 8 yards a carry in Big 12 play, and did the things that we needed to do there to give ourselves a chance. Thought they hit us on a lot of RPOs and lots of different coverages and some tight windows, some that weren't so tight, and some sloppy play there that we got to be better. And but again, really hurt for our guys, and they've really invested a lot, and you invest a lot, coming up short hurts.
You didn't have Danny, but to see Kip play the way he did, even Colvin McKenzie times, and then really strained at the cornerback spot. Yep. How did you feel like the competitive depth showed out today?
Yeah, again, Kip really played well. He had 15 tackles and was all over the field. He did a great job. Several guys did. Several guys stepped in for guys today, and I thought they really stepped in. The competitive depth did show at some positions, and that bodes well, moving forward.
Brent, did you consider calling a timeout there before that 4th and 5? And did you like the play call?
4th and 5.
On the last play there on offense.
No, I like the play. Yeah, I mean, obviously we need to, run a route that can get open and, convert right there. Don't like being short, but no, we had the play we wanted with the coverage that we wanted.
Sorry about that. You mentioned the mistakes, the errors. How do you account for that at this stage of the season? Is it young guys getting in for injuries, or where do you?
Oh, I just make it as simple as possible. Again, the turnovers are what the difference in the game was. I'm sure they made plenty of mistakes too on their side of the ball. They would tell you, but the turnovers matter.
You talk about those turnovers, the 2 snap fumbles. What did you see on each one of those?
Again, the first one. Again, we had possession of the ball. We just kind of panicked there. You got to fall down on the ball and trying to make a play, and I believe the ball was snapped a little early, and but again.
Was it supposed to go to Javante? Direct snap?
No.
The first one. Okay.
Brent, there was 2 weeks in a row. You talked discipline to your team, but the penalties on the bench. Were you surprised by the flag today, and just?
I asked a question, but I guess you can't go on the field at all. He didn't cussed out or nothing else, but that's on me.
What's the message to the team? I mean, when that happens, things like that happen as a coach? Because that was 15 key yards. I mean, again, it's
Yeah,
30
yeah.
yards. Like
It ain't good, everybody lacked discipline, including me.
Did you think the non-call on Drake Stoops there in the end zone, did you think that should have been a extra interference?
I thought that was what interference was.
You mentioned not getting the rhythm in the second half offensively. What do you think went into that?
A lot of stuff. I mean, we turned the ball over on the first series, so that's not good. Then we had a nice drive. We come right back, and we had a 84-yard drive, and then there's lots of little things in the drive. The next drive, we turn it over on downs, 9-play drive, 33 yards. There's lots of plays in there that, again, like we got to do all the little stuff right, and it doesn't take much on offense, not to. And but we turned it over on downs, but there's lots of things. We got wide open a few times, and we got to strain more for the ball when we're wide open, and maybe it's a little bit underthrown. We got to strain for it and get a chance for interference. We dropped one wide open that we score in the first half. And again, you can't just continue to do some things like that and just get away with it. And again, this game exposes you when you do, and we're not good enough to overcome those mistakes, consistently, especially the turnovers, creating short fields for people. But again, our guys, fought and they battled, but we gotta do the little things a little better. Ball security is a big deal, decision making, and then again, when you get in position to make plays, you gotta make plays.
It came out throwing it against you. That take you kind of surprised.
Well, it was RPOs, and that didn't surprise me. And we just I thought they put them in some tight windows, and then at times we weren't tight enough, and they did a nice job from an execution standpoint.
What's your injury situation, corner? You watching McCarr, leg?
Yeah, I think Gentry popped his shoulder out, and so I think he'll be fine. They'll be sore. When you pop a shoulder out, it gets pretty sore. But we'll see, how that's evaluated.
There's such a disparity in the time of possession. What kind of impact does that have on the game?
Well, I mean, it matters. There's a cumulative effect to all of it. But when you turn the ball over 3 times, they get extra possessions. And then again, in particular, I don't know how long the drive was, how long it took, but the 97-yard drive, I think it was just under 5 minutes. That was a big one. That was a tough one. And again, we had scored on a touchdown, and we come back and we turn it over on downs. We come right back and we punt again, and that's where you gotta. And then we come back and we fumble, And again, that's this game will, again, like I said, humble you, and you do that. So didn't play good complementary football, today.
Brent, lots of emotion in this game for all the reasons everybody knows. Wild environment, it's a tough place to play anyway. How'd you feel you guys handled it? Did this particular environment have any effect on how you play?
I don't know. You don't external factors. You preach all the time that it can't matter. We practice, with noise all week, and you go on the road. Lots of places get loud, and you got to be able to handle that. But a couple of turnovers happened, with bad snaps. And so did it affect it? I'm not sure, that might have happened. I don't know. But, yeah, the emotion, that's a real thing. There's a lot at stake, a lot on the line today, when it comes to, our league and certainly state championship and big picture. There's a lot of things that were, on the line today. And but, this is when Oklahoma shows up to Stillwater, that's what it's usually like. That's what I remember.
Brent, talked a lot at the beginning of the season about obviously building on top of the foundation from last year, and the guys were going to have to stay committed to that process, and it was on them. At this point in the season, have you felt that process that got you to 6-0, 7-0, and I guess that commitment slipped a bit? And what areas have you seen that?
Well, again, I would say it's probably easy for everybody else to say, well, we must be doing something different. You know, we are slipping because we're playing good teams, and you know we've made some critical mistakes that you can't make at the wrong time. And turnovers is part of that. Again, what we experienced out here today, and then you get a few situations in a game that make the difference in a game. Either maybe the play that pulls away, or again a play that can seal it. You know, if that's a 2-minute, you know, or an end of the game situation where you need to get a first down, and you know you miss the hole, you know, that's wide open, you got it blocked up, and you miss the hole. Well, and then we don't stop them on 4th and 6. You know, I don't. You know, that's everybody. Not, you know, if people, you know, come to judgment there, then that's everybody, you know, saying that those teams that we're playing must not be worthy, and I don't buy that one bit. These are good teams. They're disciplined. They do things the right way. They've come down to the you know the last play of the game essentially, and we're on the wrong side of it. So any criticism and judgment and all those things, and you know, people are going to be able to say whatever they want and have whatever opinion that they want. But I don't believe that. You know, I've watched the sacrifice, the work, the passion, the intensity, you know, the effort that our guys have prepared with. I know how bad they want to win, and they've put the work in. And that's the hard part about, you know, coming up, you know, short.
What's the level of frustration you felt in that locker room right now?
I don't know. But it might, like a Richter scale, or what do you? And I don't know even how to say that. I mean, there's disappointment, there's frustration. It's hard, man. You know. Again, when you come up short, so you invest a lot, you work all week to win, and you come up short, and you look yourself in the mirror, and you think about the things that maybe you could have done different. It should hurt. You hope it does. You know. So I'm sure, again, but this is about. For us, man, we gotta turn right around. We're gonna play a really good, tough, physical, you know, disciplined West Virginia team. You know, I thought Kansas, Oklahoma State, and West Virginia, those three in particular, like they're all like clones of each other. First of all, they're playing their best football of the season, and you know they can all run the ball, and you know they're playing pretty good defense, and again we're you know we're not good enough just to go out there and just walk all over anybody, you know. Again, Captain Obvious here, but we gotta get better. You know, that's obvious. You got to improve. Got to get better. We got to be, you know, from a timeliness standpoint, we got to improve from an execution. Got to protect the football. Again, we got to get off the field. You know, early in the game, we felt like we gift wrapped 3 or 4, brought 4 third downs. You know, we're just a little bit off, and you know they executed, and then we got into a much better situation. And then on the 97-yard drive, you know, it's a third down, and we get a PI. You know, and we got to stay on top of the route. Can't let it be debatable, and we don't. And then we get, you know, again, you know, they made the plays when they needed to, you know, down the stretch.
So last year, you guys lost several close games in a row, 4 or 5 3-point. You lost 2 really close games in a row. How do you keep from the players that were here last year and that went through that, and them saying, "Oh, here we go again," each time?
I don't know. You know, I don't even like. How do I keep them from thinking that?
Yeah, just
Again, I'm just continue to be the you know the same. I'm, you know, genuine, honest, you know, truthful. You know, guys know. I don't think we're going to have anybody that doesn't see what things took place that kept us from winning. Last year, we, you know, the guys know the improvement that we've made, and the efficiency, the physicality. We're a more confident football team, especially on defense. We had a long ways to go, so that was a little easier task in some ways. But, you know, I can't control, you know, if they want to go say, here we go again. I'd be incredibly disappointed. But I can promise you that ain't going to how we're going to win out, you know, with that kind of attitude. So, you know, it starts with me. and then our coaches, and then, you know, correcting and go right back to the same systematic way that you go post-game, and how you prepare and how you work, and then the leaders got to step up too. You know, that's part of it. Everybody's got to take accountability and responsibility. You know, it can't just happen when we do things well. It's got to be, you know, both ways, and both the bad and the good.
Danny,
But that's what winners do, and I believe we got a locker room full of dudes that are winners. I really do.
Last question.
Sorry, Danny didn't play, but do you have a long-term projection on his status?
No, again, just how he continues to respond. You know, he was a lot better than we thought, and wanted it. You know, thought that there was an outside chance he would play. You know, as of even this morning, you know, that was his intention, but just wasn't quite there.
Thank you, Coach.
All right.